going on, people? That's just a little fedora tap for all y'all. Grazie. What's going on? Welcome to the podcast today. And I did recently move from Austin, Texas to Bethlehem, PA. And I gotta tell you, people, I think Austin, Texas is a time bomb. I'm the only honest comedian that can say that doesn't have you can't see this shirt, dude. That's my Bird comedy shirt. You can't see that, dude. That's Patreon stuff. That's forbidden, dude. You can't see my 1,000 threaded Egyptian cotton clothing and apparel line found exclusively and only on my Patreon. Go and spend all your money on my merch. If you're thinking that's a Tim Dillon bit, dude, he openly mocks merch. No way, dude. The Matumbo, no way, dude. No way, dude. That's original Ross of Nazareth. I don't steal. I know the secrets of the universe. Thou shalt not steal don't mean the monetary value, my brothers and sisters. It means thou shalt not steal consciousness, reputation, credit. And that's essentially what happened in Austin, Texas. To my bits, but also someone that went on Kill Tony that stole my friend's Quinn, his pastor. He had a fantastic bit. This doctor from Canada stole it verbatim. And I'm not even going to talk about that because it angers me, quite frankly, and it shouldn't, because I know you can't get away with stealing, right? You only can bend the laws of the universe so far until it snaps you back into reality. That's universal law. Thou shalt not steal. It's universal. It's consciousness, reputation, credit. And you guys know the deal since you're listening to this amazing podcast. And that's a fedora tap, y'all. He's getting good with that fedora, dude. He's practicing, dude. That's enthralling. I'm all ears now, Ross of Nazareth. Well, thank you. And anyways, I think Austin, Texas is it needs a superhero. That's what Austin, Texas needs. And quite frankly, like the X-Men, I think they should go and talk to Alex Jones. But Xavier, with the wheelchairs, too busy going on Kill Tony. Am I? Oh my God. Am I right or am I right, people? All right. So, anyways, a little bit of irony there. But if Xavier really did want to harness and teach a prophet, I would go with Alex Jones. I mean, for real. Alex Jones already has the low vibrational, harsh, rather raspy, low voice. And, everyone knows the high-pitch vibrational frequency chick in X-Men. Every window around you breaks. And if George Soros needs some people breaking some Starbucks windows, some knuckleheads to break some Starbucks windows, we know who to call. The chick from X-Men with the high vibrational frequencies. Yeah, of course. Or you need to get a lot of dogs really quickly, and you need a dog whistle. Okay, call the chick. But I'm saying we have a real-life superhero that can save Austin itself. The comedy club. Comedy's gonna die. We gotta bring it here in the most geographically isolated place in the continental United States. Well, guess what? Comedy's thriving. And we need a superhero. And we need the low-vibrational superhero of Alex Jones. His voice, look, he already has the powerful voice. It's like black helicopter. It just sends a vibrational frequency. Like kinetic energy. Oh, you just start flowing. Populist. It's now a new comic book from this podcast exclusively. Come on, people. Popular, globalist. A car moves. Come on, people. A car moves. Populist, globalist. Now a tank moves. Now he's a military threat, people. Next thing you know, I think he could get some lift. Reverse titration. Military operation. He's getting like 2 inches, and then he goes, reverse titration military operation known as the comedic resistance. Now he's levitating. Chris Angel, people. He's flying. Now Alex Jones is flying. Can you believe it, people? Can you believe this stuff, people? So that's why I moved from Austin, Texas to Bethlehem. Cheers. This is coffee because I just did a set. But look, moving's tough. It really is, people. I moved into Jussie Smollett's neighborhood. First night, watermelon smashed over my head. They said, "This is Biden's country." Boom, entire watermelon over my head. And I go, "What's good? Geez, that really hurt. That really smarted. That Justin Wallop and Andrew Tate character smashed the water." They really walloped me, dude. So next thing you know, a little fedora tap, dude. I go, I'm tough, dude. I'm like those Green Berets. You know, you heard the stories. You can drop a Green Beret off anywhere with only a knife. And not anywhere. You got to drop them off in the wilderness, like alone. You can't. That's like, you can't just drop them off at a bus stop. That's like me. You can drop me off at a bus stop. I'll be fine. A Green Beret, you got to drop them off in the wilderness. And no, I'm not trying to minimize or diminish in any way what Green Berets do, especially overseas. You know, I'm grateful for the troops. However, I'm like a Green Beret, people. That's all I'm trying to say. You can drop me with a stick, and I'll thrive. That's just me, people. A little fedora tap for the people. No big deal, dude. It's just what I do. Fedora, this guy's enthralling. I'm all ears again. Ross of Nazareth, keep going. Well, okay. Moving does stink, and I'm not going to go into the moving bit. But however, moving stinks. We can all agree upon that. That's the only logical interpretation. You don't need dialectical behavior therapy to tell you any different, right? Moving stinks. That's the only way to look at it. Afterwards, it's pretty cool. And I'm not trying to be negative. But you know, my back hurts from moving all this stuff. I have to reset passwords. Now I'm nervous and anxious. That's moving, people. So it reminds me of music interpretation class, to be honest. I had it 101 because I was a rocket scientist, ladies. No big deal. And I love the music interpretation classes. Why? You know, my teacher was eccentric, and for the fellas, big old, fellas, she was looking pretty fine and dandy, if I don't say. She really had it going on, fellas. And for the ladies out there, she did have a teacher assistant. And let me tell you, he dressed to the nines. He didn't have Egyptian cotton, 1,000-threaded clothing and apparel line found exclusively and only on his Patreon, folks. He just had it going on, ladies. That's it. You know, he was stern, but he'd answer your questions. He would answer your questions, all right? But he was stern, ladies. He had it. He was stern, but he'd answer the questions. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just throwing that in for a little peppering and flavoring for this story. So my music interpretation class, true story, used to go. She's this eccentric teacher who I liked. And my favorite teachers, by the way, the ones I learned the most from were always the most entertaining. And she was eccentric. I'll never forget her. And she would say in almost every music interpretation class, look, she would go, gangster rap is highly homoerotic. I'll be sitting there going, homoerotic? I'm like, that is an interpretation, and it's highly eccentric. I don't necessarily believe that it's homoerotic because I like Biggie Smalls, Cameron, Dipset, Slums of Shaolin. You know what I'm saying? I was a Biggie guy. I wasn't Tupac's a little bit too boisterous, and that's coming from a guy with a fedora on. People, a little fedora tap on that one. I was a Biggie fan, no big deal. But homoerotic? I don't know. She would say that almost every day. Next thing you know, we have John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane. We had to interpret a line, like a verse. It was the second verse, and I kid you not, one of the lines in the American classic, Jack and Diane, is sucking on chili dog outside the Tears of Free. Two American kids growing up, doing two American kids on the eclipse, doing the best they can in Bethlehem. Rock on now. So anyway, sucking on chili dog. I kid you, you can look that up. That's an actual lyric in that song, and the class got stuck on sucking on chili dog for like half the class. And, you know, one of the guys is like, mate, is chili dog an expression they used to use in the 70s and 80s? I swear. One chick's like, maybe he's just eating a hot dog. You ever think of that? Comes to me, and I go, teach. Professor, sucking on chili dog is a sexual expression. You know, it's when the girl on the, and you go right between, that's sucking on chili dog, YouTube. And by the way, YouTube, bad butt, YouTube. Because my professor thought it was interesting. She wanted to hear more. She was like, you're actually in the POV of John Mellencamp. I go, I hear you. He is a musician. It's a sexual act. Maybe he's into that stuff. Maybe he likes sucking on chili dog. You ever think of that? Maybe he's writing a song about himself. And the teacher digs it, man. She really digs that with a fedora tap. She really digs that, baby. And, you know, next thing you know, the next class, she brings in chili dogs. Next thing you know, we're all sucking on chili dog.